Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minor League Esports. This is MLE Season 11 presented by APM Music. I am your host tonight, at least for the beginning of tonight. I am Leachy, and joined in the little box to the right of my face will be Grant CFO, Mr. Chief Financial Officer. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you, Leachy?
I'm doing fantastic. I am excited to start the night off with some fantastic Foundation League action. Grant, this is going to be a matchup between the Outlaws and the Spectre. We're going to go over some quick team stats for you before we get into everything. The Spectre find themselves second place in the Mystic division, sitting on an 8-7 record, 1 game win behind the Demolition. The Outlaws are second place in the Sun division, 2 games back from the Rhinos. So both teams could realistically take first place in their division, depending on how the results go tonight. The better picture for both of them is that as of right now, both the Outlaws and the Spectre are in the qualification for playoffs. So 10-5 for the Outlaws, 8-7 for the Spectre. Grant, on paper, it looks a little bit stronger for the Outlaws, but this is FL. If there's any league in minor league esports that you need to avoid looking at the stats on paper as much as possible, it's got to be Foundation League.
Yeah, absolutely. Foundation League is sometimes very unpredictable, but nonetheless very enjoyable to watch. I always enjoy coaching FL and watching it, casting it all around, because it's so unpredictable. You can't really, like you said, look at paper to rely on who's going to win. But if I had to put my money on a team, I think I might put it on Outlaws here.
Fair enough. Outlaws deciding to field tonight Jacob, JTL, and Manic, going up against the Spectre, who are playing Avoided Emu and Ijo 93. Grant, let's get this action kicked off. We have got 5 minutes up on the clock. We are going to get this game underway. Avoided Emu hanging out in that stylish Fennec there. Jacob JTL in his own Fennec, missing the contact on the ball there on the side. Avoided Emu taking the full boost, heading into the Outlaws corner, looking for the pass, but Jacob JTL cuts him out right at the corner. I love a team, especially in FL, that looks to get things started quickly here, and very clearly that's the plan here for the Spectre.
Yeah, absolutely. Spectre looking pretty great overall. Ijo now from the midfield. Great rotation back, plays at the back wall. Emu going to be a little too far away. Jacob now looking to get something moving for his team here. Manic going to be able to put this one way downfield to the corner where Ijo awaits the attack from Jacob, looking to get it off the back wall. He does. Manic up for this one, but blocked by Emu off the whip.
Jacob, self-pass there, wind up handing it to Avoided Emu, who's going to take it all the way down to the other side of the field. Zero boost, gets a great 50 out into the Outlaws corner. Ijo is up, can't make contact with the ball. Avoided coming around, getting the full boost, looking to make some kind of a play off the ball, actually. Or just a little bit more patient than that, wait for it to come down, and that turned out to be the right decision. Still has possession of the ball, but not until Jacob had something to say about it. Manic waiting down in front of the goal mouth, clearing it left and wide. About 90 seconds gone here, Grant. Nothing really to show that either team has a really commanding position here, as the scoreline obviously shows, still 0-0.
Yeah, both teams doing a great job. I think they're just leaving the ball out in the midfield a little bit too much, or hanging out around that midline instead of attacking the ball when they need to. But here's Manic off the bounce from the post, and it goes off the freaking crossbar. Emu now, oh my goodness, clears this one away to the corner. Oh, Spectre got away from that one. Now Manic's not going to be able to get to the shot from Emu. Spectre going to get on the board first.
Thanking their luck at Grant, 80% of that ball had to be over the goal line, and somehow they were able to clear it and get a perfectly executed counterattack sent all the way down the opposite side of the field. Spectre, hats off. That was so beautifully done, and a well-deserved 1-goal lead here in game 1.
Absolutely. Now Emo going to take this one up the wall. Actually going to wait a little bit as he gets dunked by Manic out along that side there. Ijo plays it away, but not enough as Jacob came over the top of Emo. Now Outlaws find themselves on the board as well.
Ijo couldn't control the ball well enough. Twice in a row, let the ball get away from him just a little bit. Jacob JTL capitalizing all day long. That is the kind of sense of goal that you want to see from Foundation League players. Beautifully done. It's 1-1.
Yeah, great job from Jacob. Great speed, able to just hop over the defender and put that one in. But we're approaching halftime now as Manic going to take this one out from the left side. Emu might look to cut in on this one quick, but he gets baked up on Manic. Now goes around the other defender, but it's blocked away. What a save from Ijo. Not going to crumble under pressure there.
I am disappointed that that didn't go in. That surely would have been a hashtag play of the week contender. Grant, I know you brought a special product along. Maybe we can wait till the end of one of the games just to show it off. But Balls Garana sponsoring our play of the week competition. If you see something here, clip it from the Twitch stream, hashtag play of the week, post it either on Twitter or in the appropriate Discord channel in the MLE server, and you can be in the running for a case of that fine energy drink that we love to call Balls Garana.
Oh my goodness, not gonna get to say anything. Here's Jacob, put a shot ringing off the post. Now Emo gets this one past the defender. He's got one more to beat. He bumps him out of the way. They've got an open net, but they're not gonna be able to pass it to each other just yet. Both players on both sides. Whiffing now is Ijo, looking to move back in across the midfield. Pass out to his teammate. No, not gonna make it there as Manic cut that one off, and now it's got his shot rolling into the open net. Outlaws find themselves in the lead.
Optimistic positioning from the Spectre players here. Avoided Emu, didn't react fast enough to Ijo losing the ball, and they were caught way too far upfield, getting nosebleeds. They were so far up there, and they're made to pay for it. Outlaws come away now with a 1-goal lead with 90 seconds remaining. Grant, this is FL, where, you know, goals are bound to be scored. Back and forth, almost proving me right as the words leave my mouth. Ijo tying it back up 5 seconds later.
We'll call it Caster's curse, but Ijo gonna put those words back in your mouth there and tie it up with just under that 90 seconds to go here. Ijo and Jacob will find themselves on the face-off here. Jacob getting a great 50 over the top of the defender. Now Manic out to the midfield, over to Jacob. Not gonna be able to make that one. He didn't look like he wanted to push for that. He's got no boost to work with now. As Emu flicks this one up high, trying to advance down the field. Ijo tried to play it up high. Not exactly what they wanted here as Manic puts that one to the ceiling. And Ijo capitalizing on that one, almost got a shot on Outlaw's nets. And now Manic from the wall flips out. Might have another here, but he doesn't have the boost to make that extra touch. But it goes over the defender anyway. Outlaws 3-2.
Manic has been unstoppable on offense. That's his second goal from 5 shots. He single-handedly has more shots than both Spectre players combined. If the Spectre can't figure out a way to stop the bleeding in terms of Manic's ability on offense, I think they're going to be in for a rough night.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to shut down the star players. There's Ijo with another shot. Going to go wide left this time. Now Spectre looking to make their rounds around the field as one is played out to midfield. Ijo and Manic get the 50, but Manic's going to win this one out. It's out to Jacob now. He's got to put this one downfield. He gets a long bomb. Center of the net.
What a banger. That is, not many more things in Foundation League are more beautiful than a shot from downtown like that. Jacob, JTL, take a bow. You have earned that goal, my friend. 35 seconds left. Outlaws sitting pretty on a 2-goal lead.
Having that insurance goal is very important here if you're looking to take home the game. But Manic looking to make it 3 as it bounces up to the back wall. It's also going to go wide. Now Jacob back in field. Emu gonna meet this one away. A nice pass over to Ijo. I don't think Ijo is ready for it. A little awkward there. Not gonna be able to capitalize. Now Manic pushes in on that one, keeping it in his corner. Jacob now out to the left wall. Ijo looking to cut back in on this one. He gets the shot. Jacob can't make it back. Spectre just 1 goal away from tying.
Don't do this, Ijo. Don't give me hope here. It's a goal away. There's 10 seconds left. It is not impossible, but man, they need to be doing a rain dance right now. Grant, it is coming down to the wire, and I've said this so many games in a row, but we've had this much action. Dude, it's only game 1. We play all 5 games here at Minor League Esports for the sake of playoff qualification, making sure everybody has got the same amount of games played at the end of the season. Avoided Emu can't keep that one out. Outlaws will wind up coming away with that 4-3 victory in game 1, but man, they let it get a little bit too close there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, before we even got into it, we already knew that Foundation League was gonna be close, as you see one goal in between Spectre and the Outlaws. But let's take a look at our stats here. Manic with 5 shots, a total of 7 for the Outlaws, and 2 of those going in. Still a fantastic shooting percentage, but Spectre only getting 5 shots along with 3 goals.
I will say, Grant, something that is reassuring for the Spectre is that every single one of their goals was assisted. There's 1 assist from Idjo and 2 assists from Avoided Emu. So at the very least, there are really positive signs of team play here. And I don't want to start sounding all doom and gloom because, again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's only game 1. You only lost the game by a single goal. There are signs of life. I don't think this game paints enough of a picture to call the rest of the series. I think it is still very much all to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been close. There's not really any team running away with this one, and we are only in game 1. Like you said, we still got 4 more games to play. Obviously, they're playing for the series, but we play all 5 games to make sure that everybody's got that fair chance for playoffs. But we are looking to get things rolling here immediately in game number 2. Outlaws versus the Spectre. Outlaws up just 1 game. We'll see how the Spectre are able to bounce back.
Waiting for that kickoff countdown. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Jacob and Manic facing off against Avoided Emu and Idjo for the Outlaws and Spectre, respectively. Idjo up, dangerous in front of his own goal and can't get the blocking touch. Jacob JTL going to get the scoring started off here early. It only took 6 seconds to find the back of the net in game number 2.
Yeah, Idjo found themselves upside down, a little awkward. Jacob, great capitalization. We've seen him do it twice now in the series, getting over the defender, beating them to the ball, and able to put that one in early for the Outlaws. Is now Emu looking for a little bit of a demo there. Jacob passed out to midfield for Manic, not going to be able to get that one as Emu shuts it down. Now playing it out to the midfield is Emu. A little hung up on the wall, but they are going to get it around 1. Now into Manic as they 50 it away. Way downfield, Idjo all by himself. He's got to jump this one early, beat out Manic, but nobody makes contact with the ball. Emu going to be there. Outlaws not deciding to put their other man forward.
Emu sending this up the field, conveniently picking up that 100 boost. Didn't steal that one in the corner, but opted for the ball. That's fine. Ball over boost mentality. That one, on target by Idjo. Unfortunately for him, Jacob JTL making that stop nice and clean. Manic is up, will beat Idjo to the ball, but this one is off target. Emu can breathe easy just for now. Not for too long with Manic on the ball there, but wins a strong 50 out into the Outlaws corner. Jacob going to control it off that sidewall. Beautifully done. Only one to beat. Emu comes underneath the ball. Expertly controlled. This one's just hanging out in midfield. This one's up high. Emu using a lot of boost to get to that. Puts it in a dangerous spot. Manic putting this one on target. Can they
Jacob!
Time? Jacob will ensure that no chance was available for the Spectre to get this out. Goal number 2 to the Outlaws. They're looking fantastic right now.
Yeah, we see Spectre doing everything they can on defense, trying to make contact, but Idjo going to miss that one, leaving the net wide open. Unfortunately, Emu not able to rotate back quick enough, but now Idjo and Jacob get to this kickoff here. Manic plays it out from the right side, looking to get it over 1 defender. They do, and Jacob now popping it back. It's still floating in front of the net. He's just got to put it over. He misses contact twice in a row. Idjo gonna let his team get away with this one, as now Idjo's got space to work with. Pass over to Emu, takes over, playing it back down the center. Manic pops this one up high for Jacob. Idjo decided to push up a little bit. Could be dangerous here, but an early challenge keeps them alive, but the shot still dangerous. It's floating towards net off the left post. Jacob is there, and he gets it in.
That is a hat trick for Jacob JTL. We have not even seen 2 minutes go by in game 2. Grant, I worry for the Spectre if they are not able to change their game plan. I will say maybe they've done a slightly better job of mitigating Manic, but unfortunately, Jacob seems to be just as good at putting the ball in the back of the net. So double threat here for the Outlaws, and it's showing here with a 3-goal lead with over half the game to play. It's going to be 4 almost instantly. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. Manic doing this one all by himself. No teammate needed. That side corner wall is all he needed, in fact. Gets the nice tidy pass in there. 4-0 Spectre. Man, something's got to change.
Yeah, Manic not going to let his teammate get all the glory here from that hat trick. Going to put one on the board themselves. Now, Ijo gets one by the defender. They just got to slip it in the net. There's Spectre on the board.
Beautifully snuck by here. I just want to watch this again. 50s, the daylights out of Manic and flicks it right past Jacob. So beautifully done. Man, I love seeing ball control like that in Foundation League. You know that they're going to go far. Beautifully done. Spectre finally on the board in game 2. Still plenty of time to come back. I just hope that the mentality hasn't affected them too negatively here.
And now Spectre, they've still got so much time left to play in Rocket League at this moment. They still have time for a 3-goal comeback. Not anything too ridiculous, but Ijo gonna come out with a whiff there. Now Emo has to make up for it. They whiff as well, and Jacob off the crossbar. Oh no, but Manic trying to play it in softly. They do, but it's not gonna get in there. Ijo blocking that one away. Emo pushes out to Manic off the crossbar again. Are you kidding me? Outlaws, what a save from Ijo. Oh, Spectre have gotten away with murder.
Yeah, Spectre found a way to employ the woodwork as a third player here. I thought this was a 2v2 league. Absolutely ridiculous. Outlaws, I know that they have this 3-goal lead, but man, they're going to feel hard done by not being able to squeeze that one into the back of the net. Ijo going to feel even better if he can make this work. What did he do? It's off the top left corner. Ijo misses this one, and now the Outlaws have a counterattack boiling, but not as far as Ijo is concerned, coming through with the demo from behind. Man, Grant, take a deep breath. It's been end-to-end stuff this past 30 seconds.
Outlaws recruiting a crossbar player of their own, but that one goes off the woodwork again. Spectre's crossbar now playing a role once again. Ijo's got a breakaway here, but great clear from Jacob to keep this one out of harm's way. Now Jacob and Manic accidentally double commit. They're not going to cost him too much there as Manic makes the solid rotation back. Ijo waiting back in the net, finally decides to push upfield. Now Ijo has a bit of a breakaway, but not a lot of boost to work with off the wall. There's Jacob, carries this one down, almost dunked past by Emu, but Jacob now looks to take it over to Manic. Great connection there. Still wide right. They've got to make the connections in field. There's one right now. Jacob not able to find the net. Emu now goes up for this one as Ijo waits underneath the ball, looking to get an attack. They got no boost. What a fake! Now they just got to pass it in field, but Jacob gonna shut them down. Spectre, they've got to score now, or they're gonna find themselves down 2 in the series.
I just saw a calculated fake in Foundation League. Somebody pinch me. That was absolutely ridiculous. This an open goal, however, Manic, can he find the target? It's off of that side wall and avoided Emu clearing it just in time. It doesn't even matter, though. I know, it's a feels bad moment, but at the end of the day, they're still coming away with this 3-goal lead. As far as the Outlaws are concerned, if they could just keep the ball up in the Spectre half, it doesn't even matter if they score. As long as they burn time off the clock, they can secure this game. But hey, an extra goal won't hurt. 5-1 to the Outlaws here, courtesy of Manic.
Like you're saying, it doesn't matter if they keep it in the Spectre half for long or score, but they are going to score anyways. Putting it up 5-1. Outlaws going to run away with this game this time. Last game, they only got away with just one more goal than the Spectre, but for sure they are running away like crazy in this one, being up 4 goals, 5-1.
Ijo gonna make contact here, sending it into the midfield, but Jacob gonna send it right back down the other way into the corner. Pass off of that back wall. Manic missing contact, won't matter. Game 2 wraps up, and things look a lot more bleak for the Spectre here. Game 2 goes to the Outlaws by a commanding score, Grant, of 5-1.
Yeah, well, like we said, you can't really rely on paper, but now, since we are in the game, we can rely on the electronic paper in front of us. Jacob racking up that hat trick. 4 shots. That's a 75% shooting accuracy. And then Manic, the kind of star player from last game, they kind of backed off a little bit, but they're still on fire with 2 goals out of 5 made. Spectre, no assists, 1 goal, looking pretty empty on the scoreboard.
Especially if I hate to single out single players, but Avoided Emu, I think, needs to step it up a little bit. I know points aren't everything, and I've said this before in prior casts, but at the very least, they're a decent indication of how much contribution you're making to the overall play. And Avoided Emu, I mean, zeros across the board, goals, assists, save shots. and just kind of a low points total. Again, I know it's not everything, but I think if the Spectre are going to change something, one, they need to stop the Outlaws from scoring. And I know that's easier said than done, but hey, that's why I'm a caster and not a player, because I'm sure they have a better idea of how to do that than I do. But two, I would like to see a little bit more even contribution from both Spectre players. I think that is honestly what's going to give them the best shot at trying to get as good of a result as possible from the series.
Yeah, not only Emu having to step it up, but Ijo as well, missing the ball a lot on defense, and it costs them, but there's a demo and a nice laser downfield. Manic now waiting for this one, so is Emu. Gonna put it in. Outlaws once again find themselves on the board real early.
Beautiful control from Manic. This one up, saw that avoided. Emu was taking forever to go for it, and was like, all right, I'll just cherry pick this straight out of the air. Goal number 1 for the Outlaws. Same story as before. I would like to point out something else that maybe the Spectre could do that we just saw come out from the Outlaws is start getting a little bit physical. Start demoing, start bumping, put yourself a little bit more out of position, but, intelligently. Get the Outlaws off their balance, because the more you allow them to set in their ways, they're just going to beat you back time and time again. So if you can unsettle them a little bit, I think that's a second key to finding some success here.
Yeah, but I think the first key has got to be watching these double commits. Over the past minute, we've seen Emu and Ijo clumped up a little bit in the midfield and back in their net. They've got to watch out for each other. They've got to have a little more trust, and then try to move towards that second key of getting physical. But here's Manic with a flick over the top. Jacob gonna finish this one off. Actually, it's just, off the post. Finally goes in. Jacob now gonna punish the Spectre.
Ijo just, had his car right behind the ball, and Psionic, just the fate, Rocket League fate, just absolutely screwed him over. Ball dropping right on a platter for the Outlaws, who will take advantage of that all day long. We're only 60 seconds, and things are looking a little bit rough here for the Spectre in Game 3, especially there. Ijo couldn't make contact on the ball. Emu is headed all the way back with 0 boost, so his job on defending is going to be harder. That whiff will make it a little bit easier on both teams. Manic sending this goalwards. It's just high off the crossbar, and will direct this in. You almost knew it was going to happen as soon as it came off of that backboard. Well done. 3-0 to the Outlaws.
Yeah, first of all, you gotta watch there as Emu makes the whiff. Ijo was trying to rotate back, but they couldn't make up their mind, so a bit of hesitation playing through. I've switched my camera over to see what Ijo is seeing, because aside from missing the ball, obviously that's just something to be expected here in FL. You gotta wonder what the decision-making side of things looks like, so hopefully I'll be able to figure something out and let you know what the Spectre have got to do to change the outcome of this game, as this one's floating down. Outlaws gonna have another open net as the Spectre tried to race back for it.
It's starting to hurt, Grant. It's starting to hurt watching this happen to these poor players here. Outlaws are just absolutely feeling themselves, and yet again, the Spectre just caught too far upfield. I don't know, man. Like, do you shift your mentality and you start to play a little bit more cautious, just to make sure that you spread out a little bit and you give each other enough space on the field to avoid double commits? Like, at this point, I'm kind of at a loss of ideas for what the Spectre could change. It doesn't help that the Outlaws are really taking advantage of almost every single opportunity they're presented.
Yeah, and there's a shot off the post. Now Jacob got picked up by their teammate, but Manic able to put this one in regardless. I was gonna say, Spectre, the thing I've been seeing, first of all, Emu doing a great job at hitting the ball, but then just pushed up a little too far on the back post there. But one thing they've got to consider, Emu, like you said, had to step up, and maybe they are trying to do so, but they're being a little too aggressive, jump into that second key too early before they figure out the first thing. But, Emu, if they're going to play upfield like that, and there they are again, once again, finding themselves flat-footed upfield, and Emu now has to race back for this one, going to miss contact. Manic has an open net. Ijo now able to get that one away. Spectre should have surely been scored on there.
Beautiful diving save across the face of the goal. Ijo, no! Didn't have anybody in goal, but I think rushed it a little bit too much and will pay for it unless Emu can make something happen here. No, Ijo sending it back up. Man, those are the exact kind of situations that they need to be capitalizing on. I know it's 5-0, and I know this is probably weighing on you guys mentally, but man, just slow down a little bit. Make those touches count, just like Manic is about to do here in Foundation League. No, it's off the bar, and Jacob can't find that follow-up touch. I thought we were about to get yet another Play of the Week candidate, but I think we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to see yet another one of those.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, it is starting to hurt for me now. I thought I could hold on just a little bit longer, but seeing Outlaws 5-0 and then putting so much pressure on Spectre, it's not, it doesn't feel great. That's all I have to say about it. It just doesn't feel good to see somebody get blown out like this, but Manic looking to extend this lead a little further, fakes out one defender on the back wall. Ijo tried to play it out, once again missing so much contact with the ball, but Jacob, there he is with that great playstyle so far. Emu has to make the shadows.
Wow.
They want to save. Are you kidding me? But Manic gonna punish it. And you gotta wonder. You know what? I know what it is. They're gonna have to hit the training packs. Those boring old shadow defense training packs. Get those effective clears out to the corner instead of getting those weak touches that still stay on the goal line.
You can't see it, but I absolutely was fist pumping in the air when Emu made that save. Because those saves are, I have difficulty with those where they're headed straight over your head. He did it so well. It's just yet again, the ball fell right in front of the Outlaws players. And yeah, I mean, clearing, like making sure the ball gets out to the side, those are all difficult things that, like you said, those training packs are very boring, but they do pay off. The one kind of shining beacon here that we do have is, yet again, if we have anybody new to MLE, we do play all 5 games in the series. It's not a best of 5, because when it comes down to playoff qualifications, games won is the #1 stat that is looked at, and if you can come away, like it seems all but certain that Outlaws are going to get game 3 here and take the series victory, but there is still game 4 and 5 to play. At the very least, the Spectre can drastically, I hope, shift their game plan here and try and get at, you know, the maximum amount that they can from the series at this point, which is those final 2 games. You just hope that they can make that adjustment in time.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to see a closer game, but obviously Outlaw's going to run away once again with this one. We've got to see more of what we saw from Spectre in game 1 and keeping that close, but my goodness, what else is there to say? You know, we can point out the mistakes all they want, but unless they're tuned into the stream watching, they're not going to hear. They're not going to be able to make those adjustments, but man, Spectre, I mean, They spent so much time on defense, first of all, as you can see by the scoreboard, racking up 5 saves, but they've got to get back on offense. But Jacob and Manic, first of all, I can't stress it enough. They hit the ball way more than the Spectre do.
And very often that's what a lot of these Foundation League matchups come down to. It's just which team is quite simply making contact with the ball more consistently. And I think brutally we're seeing you know, the proof is in this MLE pudding, per se. Outlaws absolutely pinning the Spectre back on defense. I think the only reason the Spectre had so many saves is because they were simply unable to get out of their own half. I mean, Manic alone, 8 shots to his name. That's absolutely ridiculous, and converting over half of them. He's a terrifying player to come up against, and that's nothing to say, or that's not to say that Jacob isn't either, because obviously it takes 2 to make a team, and they wouldn't be as successful if it was only the one person out here. It's just at this point, Manic kind of has a target painted on his back. So if the Spectre can look to exploit that, then they may be in for greener pastures. But unfortunately, Grant, I haven't really seen anything throughout this series that indicates that they're going to change their game plan. And a 7-second goal for the Outlaws is going to make things look even worse.
Yeah, Ijo finding himself once again hesitating, this time out in the midfield, and they get punished for it once again. Just, you hate to see it. That's all there is, but still, once again, we've got basically 5 minutes still left over to play. They're just down 1 goal, but Jacob looking to make it 2 as they get the pass. Emu rushing in too hard for that one. Once again, we talked about Emu. He needs to step up and play a little more aggressive, but not too aggressive, because that's what's been costing him. He's going to play this one off the side wall. Jacob back in field. Jacob gets this one back away. Nobody home. He's going to have to stick with this. Actually leaves it for the boost, which he didn't need to pick up at all, but I guess they can do that with the performance we've seen from the past 2 games. But Ijo has this one up high. They've got to make contact. They do this time. Emu not going to find the mark. They need to start scoring these goals. They can be on the goal line as long as they want, but if it's not at least rolling towards net, not going to work out for them.
They need that momentum. They need the momentum gain of a goal scored. If the Spectre can get one past this Outlaws team, I feel like they're going to start feeling themselves. Manic can't squeeze that one past. I think it was Ijo. Gave it his darndest attempt, though. Waiting for this one to come down. Ijo losing control. Jacob will take it himself. Sets it up for that second time flick shot there, but not able to find the back of the net. Manic bouncing it off that corner wall. Emu up high, missing this one. Luckily, Ijo is still down. Another whiff there. Emu will rotate behind the ball and gain control here. Head patiently up the field. I think that wasn't a bad play. I think just maybe it needed to act a little bit faster once he saw the Outlaws player coming at him and made pay for it. Manic, who else would it possibly be scoring?
I couldn't. I mean, with 5 goals last game, yeah, I couldn't answer that for you. Jacob has kind of been not so present on the shots this game, but let me tell you, Spectre have been putting on a lot more offensive pressure than we've seen in recent times during the series. So if they can keep that up, eventually they could probably slip one by Outlaws and get themselves on the board as Ijo gets one by first defender. They've got one more to beat. It is kind of a 2v1, but Jacob, great rotation back. Now, Emu, let me talk about him for a second. He's been on the near post a lot on defense, so that's something they've got to watch out for once they get back on defense here. Here's Manic over the top of Ijo. There's Emu on the near post. Not where they want to be. Very, very risky to push out like that.
Sent out long. This one might work out for him, and as I say it, avoided Emu gets erased off the face of this Aquadome. That's the name of it. I almost forgot the name of this one. Emu making that stop, climbing up into the air to make it happen, and an open goal opportunity if they can just keep the momentum going. Ijo almost making contact, but it's sent out wide by Manic. Emu having to retreat. Ijo can't catch this one. It's up that back wall for the Spectre. Outlaws waiting on the ground to make contact, and that's exactly what Manic will do. That is another hat trick, 50% shooting percentage here. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. It's devastating, Grant.
Yeah, it's absolutely devastating. Ijo, I'm running out of things to say for him. He just needs to hit the ball more. It's kind of ironic being the higher salary at 9.5 versus Emu on that 8, I believe. Or actually, that's the Outlaw stuff, but we'll get back to that as Jacob puts another one in. But Emu did a great job rotating in the last play to the back post, but this time they find themselves overcommitted. And Ijo, they need to get solid hits on the ball. That's all I can say. That's all I'm seeing, and it's so frustrating because I wish it could just go better for them.
Me too. You and me both, buddy. If nothing else, for the sake of, I mean, for both Spectre players' sake, because I'm really starting to feel bad here, but also just for the sake of competition. You always want to see, and entertainment too, you always want to see a closer competition. It's a little bit rough when this pattern is emerging of one team just being very clearly dominant. And
oh, wait a minute.
Oh, it's almost in. Ijo, if he can get there in time, he can. Spectre are on the board in game 4. They don't even care if it's too little too late, because at this point you feel they're just playing for pride.
Ijo giving us something to talk about. That's what you love to see. Take that one on the carry from the wall, able to get a whiff from the defender and punish them for the mistakes. Now they might have some momentum once again as they find themselves down 3 goals. Now Ijo looking to get physical. That's that second key we were talking about. Get physical after you can hit the ball. But Manic up to this one. Another whiff. Can Spectre punish? Can Emu get back quick enough? Because here's a shot about to roll in from Manic, blocked away from Ijo. Great job from him as Emu just got a 50 off of both the defenders, but now he's gonna bump his teammate. Manic's got an open net to shoot on here. Just has to flick it in field. Not gonna be able to, as there's the clear from Emu. Now we're seeing a lot more solid touches. Goes over the head of Jacob. Emu fires this one downfield. It's not gonna make its target yet. Now a minute left to go. Spectre on the offense. They're applying as much pressure as they can here. Here's Jacob. No, actually, Emu got it over the top. It floats it
What
up
a
into
shot.
the net. Manic couldn't get back to it. Spectre, they're closing in the gap.
Look at that turn from avoided Emu, so tight on that power slide button. That was so beautifully done. They're back within 2. I'm not going to get people's hopes up and say that it's impossible or it is possible. It's 50 seconds. It is obviously still technically possible, but from the pattern that we've been seeing tonight, oh, am I about to be proven wrong? Emu tried to squeeze it through on the near post, but could not beat. I think that was Jacob. No, it was Manic, I believe. This one sent on target. Emu will be up to save it. Easy save, but definitely one that needed to be made. Emu sending this along, but not as far as Manic. This one popped now very, very high by Ijo. Looking to control this. Needs to slow down just a little bit, but wasn't afforded the time to slow down. Jacob charging that as quickly as possible. This one's up high. Stuck to the backboard. Manic always up. Didn't quite judge the flight of the ball there. This one's still across, though. The bump here. Will Jacob get a touch? It's off of the crossbar. Man, I'd be a rich man. I'd have a... okay, we'll get back to that point in a minute. Ijo bringing the score to a familiar one. We saw this score line in game number 1. We're back here in game number... what is this? Game number 3, excuse me. No, game number 4. It is 4-3. Man, Leachy's good at counting. Leave me alone. This is an exciting FL series.
Well, Spectre's going to need a miracle and a half on this kickoff right here. Not going to happen. The ball's going to roll. Unfortunately, Outlaws going to take game number 4, making it 4-0 in the series, threatening that 5-0 sweep.
Man, I mean, time and time again, it's just look at the offensive production from Manic. 7 shots, 3 goals. 3 shots from Jacob as well, just proving to be a threat all over the place. Something I will say, Spectre absolutely stepped up this game. I mean, maybe the scoreline makes that obvious, but if you're just looking at the statistics as well, even amount of shots, avoided Emu a little bit more active on the defensive side, but 2 out of the 3 goals assisted as well. It's starting to look a little bit healthier for the Spectre. Yet again, it's a bit too little too late. They still have the opportunity to get 1 game back. You just hope that they can turn it on sooner rather than later. If they hit the ground running in game 5, then I think they have a shot of, at the very least, taking the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit the ground running, but not too quickly. If you're Emu, you don't want to push up too far, and you definitely want to go ahead and hit the ball, because that's the most important thing we've talked about from Spectre. So much more contact is being made. Emu got a bit of those very nice saves that we wanted to see, the things I was talking about earlier with the training packs, actually able to make way better contact on that one. But we're looking to get things going in game number 5. We'll see if Spectre can keep up that little bit of hope from game 4 and transition into game 5 with some speed, some power, and overall great play styles. Ijo gets this one out to Manic. Actually, open net for Outlaws here, but Manic are going to have to race back to that one. Nobody able to capitalize for Spectre, but Spectre still rolling on offense. Great turnaround from Emu. Actually, going to find themselves a little awkward as Jacob clears it away. Emu now bumped. Ijo now makes great contact with the ball to keep it on offense. Pass out to Emu. It's an open net. Not going to find the shot. It's going to go wide, but Ijo jumps for this one, blocked. Emu, do they have the patience to get over? They do. It's going to go in off the post. It's heartbreaking. Oh my gosh, Spectre, no.
I thought for sure that was it. I was getting ready to stand up in my chair, and we get betrayed. This one's dangerous now for the Spectre. Man, it come flying in. It's going to be crossbar and down. Man, Spectre, it's just anything they do, it just feels like it's not going right for them. Manic gets the shot, and the deflection, that slight deflection off the nose of Ijo, puts the ball even more on target. Actually turned it into more of a dramatic shot, bar down. Same story, different game. Outlaws take a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, same on the side there. I couldn't breathe after that. You said you were about to stand up. Yeah, I just about flopped over as here's a ball rolling in front of net here. Emu gets a great touch on it, but going to be sent away by Jacob. Ijo plays it back in field before getting demoed there as this one lingers in the corner for Manic. Now looking to take it out. Emu once again making a great contact with the ball. Ijo up for it from the skies. There he is, hitting the ball. It's what we needed.
Hitting the ball, but not only simply making contact. Look at that. Rotating the car, A, and B, beating the defender who has been all night, has had your number the entire evening. Beautifully done from Ijo. Man, I desperately hope that gave them the shot in the arm that they needed to take this game to the Outlaws. Man, almost shutting me up as the second I say it. Ijo getting demoed. Emu still has the ball headed towards the Outlaws, loses control of it here, gets the bump on Jacob though. Hopefully Ijo comes in, he will. This one's up high. Manic missing, this one is up the crossbar. Ijo trying to follow this up. Emu coming in a little bit too hot and getting underneath the ball. That one's unfortunate, but man, I feel like you can see the Spectre are starting to feel themselves, man. If they get a second goal here, I think we may start to see a genuine shift.
Yeah, absolutely. Spectre, they've got momentum rolling as there's a great pop out to midfield for Ijo once again up in the air. Might look for the double here. Not going to happen. I think I've seen that happen once in Foundation League before, but Jacob going to take this one up. Might go for the Doomsday. Actually, just going to stick on the wall, blocking his teammate's shot. I saw it coming, but Ijo made contact finally. They're making so many good plays from being able to hit the ball. I told you, it's what they needed, and now that they've unlocked that first door with that first key, they've got to start being more aggressive, maybe getting a little physical here. What a save from Ijo, pinching it off the post and keeping it out of harm's way, as now Jacob sent that one back in towards the net. Great clear from Emu. Now they wait along the wall. So much boost and space to work with as they look to flick it out. Gonna get dunked here by Manic as Outlaws send it back in to Spectre territory. Now way outfield, a long bomb downfield. Great dunk, dunk from Ijo.
What a dunk. He sends this all the way down to the other side of the field. Manic jumping maybe a little bit too high, but Ijo had the car perfectly positioned. Grant, don't reset your monitor. The Spectres have a lead here. They have 2 minutes and 10 seconds to hold on to it. Another goal will do them very nicely, but the second I say it, I need to shut my mouth. Whenever I get excited, the exact opposite thing happens. Jacob tying this one up. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. It is still all to play for in Game 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Leachy, by definition, it appears you have been diagnosed with Caster's Curse because Outlaws have absolutely punished what you just said there. But Emu now rotates around, gonna let Ijo get the clear. But Ijo, a star player for this Game 5. We saw him missing so many balls before. Actually, there's a whiff right there. Now, I think somebody's gonna have the diagnosis on me for Caster's Curse next as Manic is coming around for this one, gonna pop it over the top and an own goal. I was gonna give so much praise to Ijo, but we'll get back to you on that one.
That's all I've got. That's all I've got for you, man. He gets up, and it's probably a delayed reaction because he expected, avoided Emu to make the contact. Didn't, so jumped at the last second, just reflex decision there. And just the positioning was such that it sent the ball right back into his own goal. You hope that they can tie this back up again at the very least. They have 90 seconds and change to do it. Manic waiting for a carry out from Jacob, who will get that off. Ijo all the way back by himself on defense. Times the challenge. Super well. Emu getting it off of his own post. This one's bouncing on the goal line. Emu taps it in. It's 4-2 to the Outlaws. I need some heart medicine after this game. Spectre, oh my God, you're killing me, man. I want it so bad, but the Outlaws are incapable of not capitalizing on these mistakes. And at the end of the day, you need to give hats off to the Outlaws because they're doing exactly what they need to do.
Oh, absolutely. But hey, we can't count Spectre out yet. We're seeing them do their best here, looking better than they have before. And Emu, they made their best effort in trying to clear that one away. But hey, not something you experience so much at this level with the ball just hanging around on the goal line, waiting for that 80% to go in. But Ijo accidentally passes in front of their net here. Could be a shot from Jacob. Outlaws once again punishing Spectre.
Beautifully done. Ijo passed it mid, and I thought he was going to get control, and then just didn't. And like I said, beautifully done by Jacob, capitalizing yet again. It's a 3-goal lead for the Outlaws, and they are 45 seconds away from taking a sweep in this series. And I should note as well, I don't know what the results were throughout this weekend, but coming into this weekend, the Outlaws were only 2 games behind the Rhinos at the top of the conference. This result, pending updates throughout the rest of this weekend, would absolutely take them past the Rhinos and have them being first in the Orange Conference. So, whichever way you slice it, things are looking fantastic for the Outlaws. Spectre have a little ways to go. This bad of a loss here is definitely going to just demolish their position here in the standings. You hope that that they can pick themselves back up. We're only in week 5 in the MLE season, so there's plenty of series to make to make headway, to make progress. But this sweep that the Outlaws just acquired here is going to set them back quite a way.
Yeah, Spectre gonna walk away being swept. Not a great feeling, but hey, we definitely saw them try something new. They were making great contact with the ball. I think that's just something they got to do. They got to hit free play. They just got to smack the ball around for about 20 minutes. It works like a charm every time. But yeah, like you said, hats off to the Outlaws. Kind of a pun there because they're Outlaws with cowboy hats. But anyways, oh, man, give me a bonk roll in the MLE server already. Goodness gracious. But, man, what a way for Outlaws to come out and get that 5-0.
If anything, I saw people in chat talking about being terrified for their game against the Outlaws later on in the season. You are absolutely justified in having that terrified feeling. This is a frightening team. I would hate to have to go up against them. Spectre, it clearly have some things to work on, I think, on the fundamentals. Like you said, Grant, just making sure you get that contact with the ball is so crucial. The times that we saw them make contact, especially Ijo in Game 5, was absolutely stunning. You were just pulling for them to take that game, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Foundation League Outlaws, the 5-0 sweep against the Spectre. On the other side of this break, we're moving up 2 steps to the Champion League. It is going to be the Blizzard facing off against the Puffins. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.